Over the last 3 months, I've been working on building my SEO on my website, and the problem is they've been crap results. Why? Because I completely went at it from the wrong point of view. My aim here was just to focus on getting it out there, and pretty much now it's the wrong thing. Now, I suppose to kind of contradict myself a little bit here, I did this originally just to get them out because I wanted to start to build the system out. And as I said, for me, I learn by doing, and by doing this, it lets me understand what's working. And so again, I'm not an SEO expert. Again, if you're wanting to learn more about SEO, definitely check out Ryan over here on YouTube. I'll try and link it below. He talks a lot about SEO and how you can actually use it for your business. The key problem I had here is all my content was being sent out, but there was no real structure to it or reason for it. It literally just, I create a long form piece of content on YouTube, it then spits it out, SEO article, loads it up onto my website, and the results weren't great. So if we quickly dive over here, this is my kind of breakdown that I had up until the other day, obviously doing it. And you can see here, my total impressions were 24,000. Again, this is similar to what we have here, 24,500 impressions. 134 clicks, 16.7% is the average position. Now, this is still decent for me because I think I managed to get 4 or 5 clients from this one-to-one consultation. And I even think I've got 2 or 3 people into the community. And the big reason then, as I said, we go back over here, you can see obviously my click-through rate, not bad. Well, not the click-through rate, but overall it's not too bad considering what I put into it. You can see here my traffic breakdown. We won't move that. So USA, England, India, Ireland, and then Canada. India is a weird one because I didn't realize it'd be up to that high, I suppose, in it, especially the click-through rate. Ireland, I obviously understand because I am from Ireland myself. So you can see here the pages. You can see a lot of pages there with 0 clicks, which is a problem in itself. Pretty much it's just they're dead pages. They're not really doing a massive amount. And to be honest with you, what was happening to a lot of these is there were 3 or 4 very similar titles, or not titles, keywords, which from what I can gather means Google doesn't really know which one to push traffic to. It may push them to all 3, but it's only going to be a small percentage to it. So definitely something you need to be aware of. We had a large amount to this page, which is perfect. And this was obviously okay from me, but we have I suppose, technically the impressions to an extent. We want to improve it. We want to tweak it. And from a marketing point of view, you should always be looking to see, can you improve it? And a couple of hours of me working on this, I'm hoping that I can even double or treble the amount of clicks that I can get. Everything starts to make more sense and get more, I suppose, content cited on the likes of AI. So as you can see here, the trap was impressions looked like I was growing. Again, if you look over here, it looks like your account is doing okay. Yes, it peaked around here with impressions, I think, but it seems to just chop and change all over the place. And if we go back here, most pages earn 0 content or 0 clicks, again, which was a major problem. And my original solution to this problem was to try and see, could I post more articles? Again, it's the wrong way to go because you're just compounding a crappy problem, I suppose. And this was a major thing here, was keywords. So what was happening to me is I was creating my long form piece of content on YouTube. I could target a keyword based on vidIQ. I was trying to get AI to basically create the articles with using the same keyword. Now, the big reason for this and view from what I can gather and what I've searched is there's 2 different audiences searching different things. So you have your YouTube search that are looking to maybe watch something, whatever. Then you have your Google search, which is a completely, I suppose, different intent of what they want and wording of it. And this is why I suppose potentially a lot of my articles weren't really doing much. And more often than not, what ended up happening was Claude was just picking a keyword for me. On paper, it looked good, but it didn't make sense. When I searched it through the data for SEO here, pretty much what ended up happening was none of them keywords were actually getting traffic. Pretty much it shows straight away there in my own metrics. Again, if you're interested in getting that, you can get this, join up. I think you get $1. I've used it. You can see I have 45 cents left from $1 now, and I've done a good bit of checking with my website. So definitely a brilliant tool to have. Every page was a video was a dead title. So as you can see, again, one measure what was happening, one size what could happen. So you can see here my new approach, and I'm going to kind of jump between this and down here of how this works now. So when I record my video now, AI edits my video like normal. What happens is the transcript gets done, and when it gets handed over to my writing team, and this is a step now in the entire process, The writing team first goes to Google Search Console and sees what traffic and what impressions you're getting from keywords, clicks, things like that, and are not directly linked to an article. Now, what will happen is it will start to build an article based on that term. Why? Because it's already shown that we're getting some sort of traffic for that term. But the problem is, if we're not getting clicks, it may be because people are searching for that, but our content is just not suitable for what it is. So now we're going to make that content on that. If it's the case the video doesn't fit that option, then we go to the data for SEO option, where then it looks for keywords. Now, to give you an idea of what this looks like, you can see here, this was my old way of doing articles. And pretty much this was probably AI file system, I think could have been the keyword here. Now, who in their right mind wakes up thinking, I want to search for AI file system? Realistically, probably no one. And if you are watching here and you're thinking to yourself, I do that, fair play to you. You're 1 in a million, I suppose, then at that rate. But the key thing here is it's a completely different, I suppose, point of view on how it goes. For me now, it's how to grow Instagram followers organically. So this is the keyword I think I'm tracking for this one. Again, this was coming from data SEO. This shows, I think the keyword difficulty was, I want to say 20. I'm not 100% sure. I want to see, does this get as much traffic? Again, if it doesn't, we can go back to changing it, of course. And this allows me now to completely change my approach, I suppose, to how we actually go about creating articles. Now, I didn't just make the keyword change to this. What I actually changed now is the entire write-up of videos and or articles and how they're done. So as you can see, I tend to do a lot of these kind of overviews in my videos. Why? Because it just keeps me a bit more structure to what I need to cover. But also, I think I'm hoping it helps people understand a bit more of what happens in the world of, I suppose, doing YouTube videos on marketing and AI topics. It's not always going to be flashy and stylish things happening. I think when you're using it for your business and you're using it day to day, I think information like this is much better than knowing how to make video ads using AI and flashy hooks that probably you won't use yourself often enough anyway. So as I said, my process, I record my video, it edits them, it goes to hands over to my writing team, I suppose. And as I said, this was the new way. So this is the old way we did them. This is the new way. So it generates the image for me, which is perfect. I want that. I might have to reorganize that depending on how it fits. But it embeds my video from my videos, or my link from my video, as you can see here. It gives me the headings. It gives me external linking as well. So this is based on research it's done. So obviously it's after pulling facts and figures from online. And this link should open in a new link and you can see all the information there. We then go down again, more internal and external linking there. And I think this is the big thing because this is where it's pulling information again that I've used for a video. So this screenshot I obviously used in my video somewhere, and it's actually after pulling that from the video or the resources that I have. So every article or every video that I make gets put into this area over here. So in YouTube, I think it is, outputs. So you can see here we have like an outputs of all information on videos. So this folder on the left hand side breaks down, like it includes different thumbnails, it includes the packs, it includes everything like that. Now what happens is it includes these video guides that I'm talking about now and embeds this information into the actual article. And you can see it does that a few times. The motion graphics that I have in videos, again, get embedded onto the article. If it's a case there's not enough of these kind of elements happening, what ends up happening then is a go-to AI will generate an image that supports this. And overall, I think the article is probably 10 times better than what it was originally. So this leads us on to this final point, and what this whole, I suppose, video kind of tries to teach is any system you're running can fall into similar problems and things. So a system running perfectly can still produce nothing. Again, for me, that's what it was. It was running perfect, but it wasn't really producing enough for me. And that's the key thing. Once you can kind of structure these and go back and edit and make adjustments, this is where the system starts to learn, improve, and gets better and better. And as I said, once we kind of understand this, it's going to make a massive difference to how you, I suppose, structure your day-to-day, how you use websites, how you use blog posts to your advantage to help you grow. For me, as I said, I'm hoping this eventually grows my website side of it. In terms of workload, it took me, as I said, a couple of hours over the weekend to get this. Once this is built out now, it's part of my entire automation. I come into this just before it's ready to publish, if we go over here, I'll make adjustments to this. I'll go through to see what it's like. If I'm happy with it, it's ready to go. It'll go schedule out. I never 100% automate to publish. I don't like doing that. And pretty much check a few of the internal linking. So again, should open up into another article. And again, opens up into another one of my articles. Internal linking is perfect. So as I said, this is the way to go forward. If you're wanting to learn, I suppose, more how you can do this kind of stuff, definitely look at joining the community. I help people build it out as well. So as I said, as a premium members, you get access to one-to-one calls. I have 30 minutes sessions open to all premium members. So again, take full advantage of that. Yeah, look, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day.